Okay, so as you can see in front of you, there is a whole mess of product. I didn't really organize things when I moved in. I just kind of shoved things in random drawers. So, like, as you can see, we've got a mixture of like powders, blushes, bronzers, highlights. They're all mishmashed together, and some things are just like dumped together in a bag like this. So I'm quickly gonna go through and pull out all my blushes, and we're gonna crack on and declutter some frickin' blush. Go get yourself a snack, because this one is gonna be long, most likely. You guys know how much I love blush. This is gonna be hard. Or it might be easy. We don't know. Let's just get everything out, and then we'll get cracking. Okay, so we have all of the blushes here. The idea is hopefully to get them all in one of the thin drawers. Hopefully. Or potentially one of the big drawers. I could divide the bronze and highlight between two drawers. At the moment they're in one of the deep drawers, but that's neither here nor there. We're just gonna try and get them in a small drawer to start with, and then move on. I already know some of what I want to get rid of. These matte cream color bases I've had for a really, really long time. They are in beautiful colors. I will zoom you guys in for so you can see a bit better. There we go. That do? That'll do. So we have the shades Madly Magenta, Tickle Me Pink, and Virgin Isle. I originally bought them because Virgin Isle was like a cult thing. Madly Magenta was like, I mean, look at it. It's a beautiful color. I was going to use it as lipstick, but this was before this became a popular shade of lipstick. And I never really got around to using any of them. And I bought Tickle Me Pink because I was like, well, it's a nice pink color. I could use it as blush. I could use it as lipstick. I could use it all the time. You know, that excuse we all use. And then never used any of them, so they can all go. I'm also going to get rid of my e.l.f. mineral blushes. I really like them. I enjoy them, but I just don't really reach for them anymore. I've had them for a very long time. So yeah, I'm just going to get rid of all three. I had the shades Plum, Pink, and Rose. Pink was probably my favourite. Rose is a gorgeous coral, and Plum is great for a fall-winter season. So if you're looking for really affordable kind of blushes, I would recommend the mineral blushes from e.l.f. I like them better than their pressed blushes. I'm also going to get rid of the NYX square blushes because they now come in packaging like this. And yeah, I've had them for a stupidly long time, so they can all go once I locate them. So we have Raisin, another Raisin, Terracotta, which is a beautiful shimmery shade, but I've got a matte blush just like it, Taupe, Spice. I'm sure there must be others. Pecan, which is an incredibly shimmery kind of bronzer sort of thing. And I'm sure there is at least one more kicking about in here that I'm just overlooking, but I'll toss it when I find it. Posy Tint from Benefit. I've had this for a stupidly long time also. Never really got into grips with it, so it didn't just go. And as I say that, I find the final NYX square blush. This is an amber. It's a really nice color. It's like a matte sort of rosy, swatches like crap as blushes do. But yeah. Ones I am definitely keeping are my Max Cream Puff blushes. Max Factor cream blush. Ones I'm definitely keeping are my Max Factor Cream Puff blushes because I adore them. I've already gone through an entire nude mauve before, so I don't see it being too unfeasible for me to be going through the rest of them over the course of time. And being as I have my cream puff blushes, I don't need the Milani blushes. I really like the Milani blushes. I really, really do. They're quite a bit more shimmery than the Max Factor blushes, and that is one of the reasons it puts me off using them, is that they are really shimmery. But, you know, I haven't used them in a really long time. I mean to. I have the deepest intentions of using them, and then I don't, so they can just get passed on sometimes, because some of them are barely used. I think the only one that's majorly used is this one, as you can tell, because the writing's all worn off. It's the one I first purchased. This is in Luminoso, but I have this colour from Max Factor in the shade Lovely Pink that will do just as grand a job. If not, I'm sure I've got something else that's very, very similar in this pile of stuff. So yeah, just get rid of them. It's another cream puff blush. I'm also going to get rid of the Bourjois ones because I really, really like them. Love them, in fact. But I don't know if you can see how I've had to scrape them? They get hard pan so ridiculously easy. It doesn't even make them worth using. You end up losing at least half of the product just scraping off hard pan. So I'm going to get rid of them. Sienna and Amber Rose were my two favourites. Rose d'Oro was a good sort of dupe for NARS Orgasm. So if you are interested in trying Bourjois blushes, they are really nice. Just be warned, hard pan is a major issue with them. I will also be getting rid of my Max Factor Miracle Touch blushes. I've had them for a really long time. They're cream products. I can always repurchase them. I had Soft Copper, Soft Murano, and Soft Pink. Soft Copper was probably my favourite. It's just, as you can see, I've used it quite a bit with a spatula. I used to use this on clients. But yeah, it's just a beautiful, natural blush. It's beautiful for fairer girls who can't really use bronzer and you just need something to pep up the skin a bit. It's beautiful. But I will probably repurchase Soft Copper at some point soon. Other things that I'm going to go... A couple of things I'm actually going to hold on to just for sentimentality are these two Max Factor blushes. I may use them on the odd occasion on myself. I know they are really old and that's really kind of gross. But we have Classic Pink and Classic Rose. Classic Pink was like my ride or die. I went through loads of them. Freaking love this formula of blush. I like the cream buffs, but I loved this range. The Flawless, was it just called Flawless Perfection blushes? I loved them. Adored them. They were the first blushes I ever purchased. They had that ones. They had Natural Glow, which I adored. Naturel. Oh, I miss them so much. So much. But I'm going to keep hold of those guys just for sentimentality. I'm getting rid of this Illamasqua blush for two reasons. First of all, it's smashed. And it's difficult to work with. It's a pretty colour and everything, but I have other things similar. And also, I've made a conscious decision not to support Illamasqua anymore because I don't like my makeup coming with a political agenda. Whenever a company becomes overtly politically active, it just turns me right off. I mean, as much as I don't really support some of the things that as much as I don't at all support some of the things they're against, I don't want them shoving that in my face. I don't need that to come along with my beauty products, you know. Beauty makeup for me is a way of escaping these things in life, and you're just ruining my happy time by polluting political agendas on your makeup. So that's how I feel about Illamasqua. So yeah, I will probably not be purchasing anything from Illamasqua, like, ever again. Stila convertible colour. It's in the shade Rose. It is really, really pretty. Oh, it's kind of dry as well, actually. Yeah, it's really dry. It's also really old, so it's gonna go. Makeup Revolution. I'm actually going to get rid of all my Makeup Revolution blushes because I just don't really use them, and they're super cheap, so if I wanted to, I could repurchase them. This is one of the £1 ones in the shade Love. I had another one called Now that was completely smashed, and I got rid of that for a while ago, but I'm also going to get rid of the matte blushes. We had the shades Nude, Fusion, New Rules, and I'm sure there was a fourth one. Yeah, it is. And Beloved. So gonna get rid of all of those. My MAC blushes, I am going to keep them all. I'm going to make a conscious effort to try and use up some throughout the course of the coming year. I have the shades Peaches, Peony Petal, Melba, Equilibrium, Garb, Instant Chic. Garb, Instant Chic, and Equilibrium are all limited edition ones. Mocha. Modern Mandarin is beautiful. It looks scary in the pan because it's like a bright orange, but it's actually really, really nice. We have Style. Fever, which again looks freaking terrifying, but is beautiful. Let me just, I mean, Jesus. But yeah, it's just this beautiful raspberry wash. It's stunning. We have a Desert Rose, which is another favourite of mine. I love using that on clients also. And we have a Love Cloud, which is a beautiful brightening pink. And of course we have Warm Soul, which I'm trying to use up at the moment specifically. It's a classic. Everybody, I haven't come across a person that doesn't suit Warm Soul, I don't think. I'm sure there must be someone it doesn't suit, because no one blush suits everyone, but I have yet to meet one. So those are all my MAC blushes. Keeping my Becca blushes, adore them. This is actually a highlight. Put that over there. So we have a miniature of Flower Child, yes. A miniature of Flower Child. There you go, you can kind of see it better there. We have a Wild Honey, which is a gorgeous matte blush. I use this all the time. Songbird, which has a good sheen to it. It's very, very nice. And this one, again, looks freaking scary, but it's beautiful. This is Blushed Copper. They actually used to sell this as a shimmering skin perfector. It's crazy, but when used properly, it looks beautiful. See how nice that looks? So nice. It actually really reminds me of Pecan from NYX. If I hold them up side by side, they're very, very similar products. Just the one from Becca is a much nicer product. So we're keeping those guys. I'm going to keep my NARS blushes for the Mo. Again, these are getting a little old, so I am going to focus on using them up more. I have the shades Sin, Douceur, Matahari, beautiful matte pink, Deep Throat, which I've hit pan on. There isn't, oh there it is, sitting right in front of me. We have Gina, which is one of my newest ones. I still have my duo in Orgasm and Laguna. And that's it for NARS blushes. I'm going to keep my Benefit Box blushes, and I'm going to make a conscious effort to try and use them more. If I haven't really used them by the next time I do a declutter, I am going to get rid of them because they do take up a lot of space, and I have had them for quite a while. So as you can see, I have Coralista, which is very similar to Luminoso from Milani, so yeah. Dallas, which is very similar to a lot of blushes I own, and Rockateur, which I bought because of the epic hype that surrounded it upon its release. And I know that this can be used up. I think it was Amber F that used up this blush. There's a little swatch over there. It is really pretty. It actually kind of reminds me of like a slightly pinker version of Warm Soul from MAC. But yeah, there is that. I have this duo from Becca as well. This is in Amaretto and Prosecco Pop. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wanted both products, but in single form, but it wasn't possible. You could only really get them in the champagne splits, but really like them. I'm going to keep hold of my sleek blushes because I've not long purchased most of them. This is my oldest one in Fenberry, which I am going to get rid of this one because it is really old and I don't really use it all that much. And it looks a lot like, no, it's nothing like Fever. I was going to say it's like it looks a lot like Fever, but it's really a lot more brown. But I'm just going to get rid of it because it is so freaking old and I just don't really use it. So it can go bye-byes. Clean off my hand a bit. But the sleek blushes I am keeping, we have Rose Gold, Classic, Antique, which is a bit of a unique colour. It's like a warmish taupe shade with like cool tone shimmer through it. It's definitely different. We have Sahara, which I love so much. Suede, again, love. Apparently I have two Fenberries, so they can both go. Coral, again, love. And lastly, is that all of them? I could have sworn there was another one. Rose Gold, Antique, Sahara, Coral, and Suede. I could have sworn I had another one, but oh well. So I'm keeping these 5. NYX in Boho Chic, I am going to keep. I freaking love this cream blush. I've gone through like 2 or 3 of them. Honey from number 7, again, I'm going to keep. It's really, really pretty. My Estee Lauder blushes. I have a couple of, is that all of them? We have Plush Petal, sorry, it's one of those ombre style ones. We have Sensuous Rose, which I've hit a little bit of pan on. It's a gorgeous everyday blush. We have Poppy Passion, which I freaking adore. Again, it has that sort of like raspberry flush to it. So pretty. This one I am going to get rid of. It's the Shimmering Sands. I've just never been able to get this to work. I don't know what to do with it. It's too dark to be a highlight. It's way too intense to be a bronzer. It doesn't really work on my skin as a blush, and I'm out of, I can't do anything with it. So it can go. And then we have this one in Lover's Blush, which I use a lot. I use it on myself, I use it on clients. It's sort of like it bridges both sections sort of blush. My Chanel blush in Evocation, is a gorgeous kind of like bronzy blush. Again, it's kind of like Warm Soul, a bit darker than Warm Soul, but I like it a lot, and it's Chanel, and it makes me happy when I use it, so I'm going to keep hold of it. We have my Dior blushes, 4 Dior blushes. This first one is in Boyd Rose, which is one of the old style that comes in 2 colours. It is kind of getting old, but I do enjoy using it, so I'm going to keep hold of it for a little while longer. We have Nude Beige. Yeah, Beige Nude, sorry. Again, it's a, oh, there you go. You can see it better. Again, it's a very pretty everyday sort of colour. This one is in New Red, which is stunning. Stunning. Again, it looks like it's going to be scary, but it's more of like a corally red. It swatches like absolute pants, but it looks gorgeous on the skin. And then we have Brown Millie, which is more of like a raisin color. That's the worst place to swatch it, but you can kind of get a feel for how it looks. Keeping my Lancome blushes also, I have 4. We have a Rose Sable, Brune Roche, which started my entire addiction with Lancome blushes. I'm slowly catching them all. This is Rose Indian, which looks terrifying. I love buying scary blushes because they're just so much fun. Again, it blends out really, really nicely. It looks so beautiful on the skin. And then we have a Fig Espadrille, which is more of like a berry tone, like a berry coral. Very, very nice. So I'm keeping hold of those guys. Keeping hold of my 2 Venice Fill-In compacts because I know that you can pop this out and put a powder in. But I do like the colours that come in them. This is Briar Rose, and this is Bite of an Apple. Oh no, Oh So Fair. Briar Rose and Oh So Fair. They're very old. I use them on the odd occasion, but I mostly keep them to swap them out for packaging. This one in Azalea Blossom. Again, it's one of those cult things from MAC. I don't really use it. Not a big fan of it. So I'm going to get rid of this. My Cargo blushes. Cargo is no longer stocked near me. That one's actually a highlight, so I'll pop that over there. But I do like these blushes. We have Tonga, which is a cult classic. It's the most beautiful natural blush ever. I think I have something else on my finger. But it just has the most natural like flush to it. It looks amazing on pretty much everyone. We have the Big Easy, which again is very similar to Luminoso from Milani. I don't use it a whole lot. It's very, very sheer, but it's a good topper. I'm going to keep hold of it for a little while longer, and if I haven't used it by the next declutter, I will probably get rid of it. And then we have Los Cabos, which is, again, a scary blush. This is a very shimmery orange. It's like, there's no other way to describe it. This blush is orange, yo. But it is beautiful, especially on a tan. So I'm going to keep hold of it until I find something similar that is better. Cream blush products here. This one in Berry Jam from Soap and Glory. I really like the idea of it. If I just wipe off my hand real quick. I really like the idea of it. I like the colour of it, but I've just never really gotten around to using it. So it can go. This one from Clinique I actually really like. I got it as a gift with purchase. It's in the shade Robust Rhubarb. And it's kind of like a corally one, corally pink. I actually like it, so I'm going to keep hold of it for a while. This one from Collection 2000 in Tickled Pink. Again, I kind of like it, but I don't really use it all that much. And I've had it for quite a while, so I'm going to pass that off. This one in Temptress from e.l.f. I don't even know if they make these anymore. I bought it as a dupe for the Chanel Bronze Universal. It's kind of similar. It's just a bit difficult to work with. The entire formula is just really not great. This one from Autograph, the Rosie for Autograph in English Rose, I think it's called. Yes, English Rose Flush. I really like this. I need to get more use out of it. It's stunning. So pretty. So we're going to keep that guy. I'm going to get rid of this Inglot shade. It's in the shade 64. Yes. I may repurchase it. It's just really messy and it's really old. So I'm going to get rid of it for now. I may repurchase it in the future. We'll see. We have my NYX blush in Taupe, which I'm going to keep for a little while longer, have a play with. This is e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzer. I've not used it. I've swatched it a couple of times, gone to use it a couple of times, not really done anything with it, so it can go. Colourpop blushes. One is in Aphrodisiac and the other is in Swift. I kind of like Swift. It's again, it's more of like that sort of rusty, like autumnal sort of shade, and then we have Aphrodisiac, which is more of like it's more of a sculpting blush. So I'm going to keep hold of these guys for a little while longer. I seem to enjoy the Colourpop face products a lot more than I enjoy their eye and lip products. I have my two Laura Mercier blushes. We have Tender Mauve, which is stunning, and a Wild Bouquet, which again, also stunning. They look like nothing. They're so very blah, but I love them. And then we have this guy that isn't even out of its box. This is the Soap and Glory blush in Rosy Chic, which I'm just going to pass on to someone because I've had it a long enough time and I haven't even taken out the box. So yeah, it can just go. So I've managed to remove 43 blush products from my collection. That is an insane number in and of itself, and the fact that I have so many left over is absolutely freaking nuts. I couldn't get them all in one of the thin acrylic drawers, so I had to put it in one of the deeper ones, but they all fit in there perfectly. There's actually a little bit of room for more, but I'm not going to buy more. I'm not. It's not happening. I do ultimately want them to fit into one of these thin drawers, so we're just not going to buy, yeah, because the MAC ones fit. Actually, the MAC ones don't really fit in the smaller ones. Dilemma. But we're not justifying new purchases. So this is how things are at the moment. I'm very happy with how I did. I'm very happy with what I've gotten rid of, and I'm sure that whoever picks up whatever I decide to pass on is going to be super happy with it all. And I will catch you guys in the next section. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.